Hello and welcome to Classroom Teaching. Students, till from last 4-5 videos we discussed about the universal law of gravitation. Today we restrict ourselves to Earth's gravitation only. Earth's gravitational force. That means we know any object in the universe attract every other object. We restrict that object to Earth. Let us draw a figure here of Earth. So Earth's gravitational force we are going to discuss. Suppose this is Earth. Friends, we know if we throw a ball, whenever we are playing in a cricket, whenever we play cricket, if we throw a ball in upward direction, whether it goes continuously in the same direction or it comes down, we all know the answer. Whatever the object goes up, definitely comes down. Why it comes down? The reason we know. It is due to the Earth's gravitational force. That means whenever the object is or the ball is going up, Earth constantly pulls that ball towards its center. Not only ball but any object, if it is going up, its speed goes on reducing, its velocity goes on decreasing continuously, and at one stage the velocity becomes zero, and from that point it starts falling down. And the reason is Earth's gravitational force. Like this ball also, this Earth's gravitational force acts on some satellites, artificial satellites or natural satellite, that is moon also. But they didn't fall down. Why? Because of the sideway motion of the satellite. If that motion is not there, then definitely they would have been fall down. We learned in Newton's second law of motion in standard 9 that whenever the force is acting on any object, then definitely the acceleration should be there. That means the motion is accelerated motion. What is the formula for Newton's second law of motion? It is F is equal to mass into acceleration, F into A, where A is and F, they are vector quantities. We call this motion as accelerated motion. But whenever we are talking about Earth's gravitational force, if the force is gravitational, the acceleration is also gravitational acceleration. So if the object is falling down, then it definitely has acceleration, and that is called as gravitational acceleration. Gravitational acceleration, and it is denoted by small g. Suppose you are present here on the top of the Earth, that means on the surface of the Earth. There must be a force acting downward direction. F is the force. We know it is centripetal force, we call it as. And definitely acceleration is also there, which is acting in the same direction of the force, that is towards the center of the Earth, and we call it as small g, that is gravitational acceleration. And we can find out the value of this gravitational acceleration by using simple formula, that is F is equal to m into g, that we know, and we can calculate the value of this g by using universal law of gravitation. What is the formula for that? F is equal to g, capital G, which is nothing but universal gravitational constant, capital M, which is nothing but mass of the Earth, into small m, it is the mass of the object. For example, it is U, then it is the mass of U, and divided by R square square. What is r? R is the distance between the center of the earth and the center of that object. So this much distance is r. If we compare these two, then we can get m into g is equal to capital G into capital M into small m upon r square. So here this small m get cancelled and we get the formula small g is equal to capital G into capital M upon r square, where capital G is the universal gravitational constant, capital M is the mass of earth, both never changes, it is universal constant, and mass of earth also doesn't change, and r square divided by r square. What is r? R is the distance between center of earth and center of that object. If we take the object is standing on the surface of earth, then this r, it must be equal to radius of the earth. So in this formula, if we are going to calculate the value of g on the surface of earth, then we can take this r as capital R, which is radius of earth. Okay, so let us find out the value. I will write it here. So small g is equal to capital G into capital M upon capital R square. From this equation we can find out the value of small g. Just place the values of capital G, capital M and capital R. We know all these three values. What is g? G is equal to capital G 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into capital M, it is 6 into 10 raised to 24, that is mass of earth in kilograms, divided by capital R square. Capital R, it is nothing but radius of earth, and that is nothing but 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 whole square. It is in meters. So these are mathematical calculations now. From these calculations we can calculate the value of small g, and it is nothing but 9.77 meter per second square. So this is the value of small g. That is nothing but gravitational acceleration. And this value of g, it depends on only mass of earth, universal gravitational constant, and the distance. So the distance can vary, both all these two things, capital G and capital M, are constant everywhere. So whether this small g be constant everywhere in the universe? Definitely we can say from this formula, no, it is not constant. Why it is not constant? Because it depends on the value of r. It is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the center of the earth and the object, and therefore it is not universal constant, but it varies, it changes. But one thing keep in mind, that it depends on mass of earth and not the mass of object. What is the meaning of that? Whatever be the mass of object, gravitational acceleration remains constant if they are at the same place. That means a very simple activity you can perform at home. Take a sponge ball and take a season ball or a hard ball, cork ball, and go on terrace. From same height, release both the balls and say which one touched the ground first. Surprisingly, you can see that both the balls, they touch the ground at the same time. If you don't have balls, then take two stones, one a very big stone and a very small stone. Release the both stones from the same height at a time and observe both they fall on the ground at the same time. Why? The reason is gravitational acceleration, it doesn't depend on mass of the object. From this formula we can say it. So this gravitational acceleration, it doesn't depend on the mass of the object, and this gravitational acceleration, it is not universal constant. Let us see how it varies then. Gravitational acceleration varies, but how it varies, let us see. Different factors, they affect the gravitational value of gravitational acceleration that we are going to see. The first, let us consider the gravitational acceleration depending on the surface of Earth. On the surface of Earth. So, for discussion, we are using only one formula that I am writing here. Small g is equal to capital G into capital M upon R square. We are discussing about on the surface of Earth. That means this R is radius now. So, if the object is present on the surface of Earth, whether the value of G remains constant. Many of us may say that the value of G is definitely constant, but no, the value of G varies on the surface of Earth also because of the shape of Earth. Earth is not exactly spherical, but it is somewhat elongated. It is somewhat elongated. That means it bulges at the equators and it becomes flatter on the poles. And due to this elliptical shape, and why this shape is so? Because of the rotation of the Earth. Earth is continuously rotating very fast, and due to that, it bulges at the equator and flattens at the poles. And due to this change in shape, the distance of the object from the center, it varies. The distance of the object from the center, it is minimum at the pole and it is maximum at the equator. And due to that, the value of G also changes as the radius or the distance changes. So, the value of G, it is maximum at pole because the distance is minimum and it is 9.83 meter per second square here, and it is minimum at the equator because the distance is large here and it is 9.77 meter per second square. So, if you are considering the value of G on the surface of Earth, it also varies on the surface of Earth. As we go from pole to equator, the value of R, it goes on increasing, and with the value of R, as the value of R increases, the value of G goes on decreasing. It is 9.83 at the pole and 9.77 at the equator. So definitely the value of G, it changes. Second, as we go away from the surface of Earth, that means depending upon height, change with height. That means if we are going away from the surface of Earth, then definitely the value of R, it increases continuously as we go above. And as the value of R increases, the value of G definitely decreases because it is inversely proportional. So the value of G decreases. But this change in value of G, it is negligible for the heights which are smaller in comparison with the radius of Earth. We know the radius of Earth, it is 6400 kilometers. And if we are in a plane, suppose an example, if we take an example, if we are in a plane, the plane is at a height of 10 kilometers from the surface of Earth, then the total height it becomes 6410 kilometers, and this 10 kilometer it is very negligible in comparison with this value of radius, and due to that the change in the value of g is also negligible in that case. So the value of g, it is near about similar, that is 9.77 or 9.8 we can take. So but for the higher distances, that means if we consider about a communicable satellite, these communication satellites, they are at the height of 35,700 and 750 kilometers from the surface of Earth. So this much distance is very large in comparison with 6400 kilometer. The radius is 6400, and if the communicable satellite it is at a distance of 35,700 kilometers from the surface, then definitely the distance is very, very large in comparison with radius, and therefore the value of g, it reduces considerably. It is near about 0.2 meter per second square only on the communicable satellite. So few examples are given in the book. A table is given there. Mount Everest, 8.8 kilometer, very small distance in comparison with it, and therefore the value doesn't change. Or the change in gravitational acceleration is negligible there, and we can actually calculate this value of g by using these values. We know the capital G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, capital M 6 into 10 raised to 24, and capital R we know that is nothing but 6400 kilometer. Just by adding, if we are measuring the value of g at 400 kilometers away from the surface, then this R is nothing but 6400 plus 400. So by using this formula we can easily calculate the value of g. I took the example of 400 kilometers because it is the height of weather satellite. So the value of g, it reduces, but a small change in the value of g, near about 8.7 or something. So if we go away from the surface of Earth, definitely the value of g, it reduces, but the change is very smaller for smaller distances, and the change is considerable if we go higher altitudes, if we go very much away from the surface of Earth. Then let us discuss whether this value of g, it changes with depth. With depth, the change in g or variation in the value of g with depth. I will draw another figure here to better understand. I am using the same trick here. Draw a circle. Suppose this is Earth. This is center of Earth. If you are standing here, we know the value of g on the surface. It varies from 9.77 to 9.83 only. But now we are considering what is the change in value of g if we go deep inside the Earth. Suppose you are going deep inside the Earth. How the value of g changes? Suppose from the center, now the distance it changes. If you are present here now, then what should be the value of small g? We know the distance between the center and the object, it now reduces. That means the value of r is less. And one might consider that the value of g increases from this formula. Because as r reduces, g must increase. But it doesn't happen there. Why it doesn't happen? Let us discuss about that. The value of r is reduced here. But at the same time, the mass which is responsible for the gravitational force, that also doesn't remain constant. Because the effective mass, if we are thinking about effective mass, then the mass which is present in this shaded area, it doesn't contribute in the gravitational force. Why? Because if the object is here, the particles which are present here, they pull this object in this direction and therefore cancel out each other's effect. Only the mass which is responsible for this gravitational acceleration, it is this much only. This much mass of the earth can contribute, and therefore as the value of r reduces here, at the same time value of m also changing, and m also reduces. And as a combined effect, instead of increasing, the value of g goes on decreasing if we go deep inside the earth. Let us consider now, if you are here. Now suppose if you are present here, the value of r again changes, but now the mass of the earth which contributes in the gravitational acceleration, it is only this one mass contributes in the gravitational acceleration, and all this mass which is above the surface, above that object, it doesn't contribute. And due to the combined effect of all these things, the value of g, it reduces as we go deep inside the earth, and at the center of the earth, the value of g is 0 meter per second square. It is 0 only. But if we think about the direction, gravitational acceleration, it is a vector quantity, and the direction of gravitational acceleration, if we go deep inside, it is still towards the center of the earth. So these are the three factors on which the gravitational acceleration and the value of gravitational acceleration can change. We discuss about it. Let us see overall in very short, in very small, on the surface of earth, how the value changes. I am repeating it because this is very important in the for the point view of exam. So on the surface of earth, how the value of g changes? Value of g definitely changes as we go from top to bottom, as we go from pole to the equator. The size of earth is not exactly spherical, it is somewhat elongated or bulges at the equator, and due to that the radius at the equator is more, and therefore the value of g is very less or very small there, which is near about 9.77, and at the pole it is maximum, that is 9.83. How it changes with height? For smaller height, the change in the value of g is negligible. But for higher heights, like communicable satellite, the change in the value of g is definitely, it is very large, and that is nothing but only 0.2 is the value of g on communicable satellite. So all the time we have to consider only this equation, capital G, small g is equal to capital G into capital M upon r square. So the value of g directly depends upon the value of r, that is nothing but the distance between the object and center of earth. Third point, the value of g varies, it changes according to the depth also. As we go deep inside the earth, the value of g, it changes again, it reduces again. The reason can be asked into exam. Why it reduces? Because the effective mass which is responsible for the gravitational force, it also reduces along with the radius, along with the distance, and therefore by the combined effect of both these changes, by the combined effect of the changes in m and r, the value of g reduces as we go towards the center of the earth. And at the center of the earth, definitely the mass it becomes 0, and therefore the value of g, it also becomes 0 at the center of the earth. The direction of acceleration, it is towards the center always. So this is about the gravitational acceleration and variation in the value of g with respect to all these points. Friends, one more point I want to discuss here. There is a little bit confusion about weight. If I ask you, what is your weight? Or if you ask me, what is my weight? So I say, it is 78 kg. You may say it is 50 kg, 60 kg. But whether the weight is measured in kilograms? No. We are confused between mass and weight. And for the exam point of view, the difference between mass and weight can be asked into exam. So, what is mass? You just define it. What is mass? Mass, it is nothing but the amount of matter present in our body. And this amount of matter never changes. That means if you go on any planet, mass doesn't change. But the weight definitely changes. What is weight? Weight, it is nothing but the gravitational force acting on our body, or the gravitational force acting on any object. So weight, it is equal to gravitational force acting on our body, that is nothing but m into g, because we know F is equal to m into g. So weight is equal to m into g. And as we learn now, the value of g changes place to place, and therefore the mass also changes, the weight also changes place to place. And this force, as the unit of force is Newton, the weight is also measured in Newton only. And what is the unit of mass? Unit of mass is kilogram. But in routine life, we tell our weight in kilograms because we compare the weight, and we know at this much distance the gravitational acceleration doesn't change, and due to that we compare weight. We say weight is different on different planets because the gravitational acceleration is different on different planets. We must know this gravitational acceleration, this g is equal to capital G into capital M upon r square. So this is universal constant, but the mass of every planet is different. Mass of every satellite is different. Radius of every planet and every satellite is different, and therefore the gravitational acceleration is also different on different planets. We know the mass of moon, we know the radius of moon, so we can calculate the gravitational acceleration on the surface of moon, and it is 1/6 which is present on the surface of earth. That means if I can jump 1 feet or 2 feet on the surface of earth, then with the same force I can jump 6 times, that is 12 feet on the surface of moon. You might say the astronomers, they walk on the moon. How they walk? They walk like they are jumping there, because of the gravitational acceleration, it is 1/6 which is present on the surface of earth. And therefore if my weight is 60 Newton here, I am telling Newton because weight, the unit of weight is Newton. Then on moon, I have the weight of 10 newtons only. So this is about this discussion is about the gravitational acceleration and variation in the value of g. Okay, so thank you very much and let us stop here. Thank you.